Hello YouTube, Luigi here. This is going to be episode number 17 in my series Tales of a Country Architect. You're looking at a Tuscan Villa. A Tuscan Villa built in Meredith, New Hampshire. This is as close as I've ever gotten to Lake Winnipesaukee, and I'll probably never do anything on that lake again. This close again. I'll take you through the house. It's basically a stucco house with a huge 6-foot overhang on a low pitch hip roof, very traditional like they have in Tuscany. I want you to pay close attention to these balconies. That's what we're going to talk about. You see this little pergola thingy over here? The owner insisted on this. I don't think this is a good interface between this hipped column porch and this was never, I was never happy with that. But you know, clients think they know what they want, and they're the ones who are paying the bills. And let me tell you about architecture, at least residential architecture in northern New England. You lose far more battles than you win. You really do. This is we had a stained concrete floor, a stringerless stair with maple treads and mahogany risers. Really nice piece of work. Okay, let's talk about these balconies. My client comes to me and she wants in-swinging French casements, the kind with no mullion. So when you open them up and they swing in, you have 100% opening. Outside these big openings, she wanted this iron balcony on which she would have potted plants. Great! In-swinging casements are the perfect window for this building type. That is what they've had in Europe for centuries, to tell you the truth. And very few American manufacturers make them. But back in this day, at least, now they're called French casements. They swing in, they have no center mullion. They usually come in pairs. Here you see 3 sash ganged up. So let me tell you what happened. The only manufacturer that I was aware of at that time that made a French casement was an in-swinging French casement was POZZI. So we set up an appointment. I asked for the POZZI rep to come up, sit down with me and my clients, and we'll discuss the job. Now, we made these walls, we framed these walls extra thick, like out of 2x10s, to accommodate the swing of the sash, swallow most of it up before it was hanging out in the middle of the room. So we made every effort to accommodate this exact type of window. So the POZZI rep gets here, and the only reason he's here is because we want an in-swinging casement, and they have one. And he proceeds to talk my client out of the in-swinging casement, the most appropriate window for this building type. He says, you know, because they don't have that center mullion, they easily rack out a square, and unless you have a really good carpenter putting them in, and they're not dead plumb, you know, you could have all kinds of problems with them. And because they're in swinging, the infiltration is an issue because when the wind blows against them, it doesn't tighten up the seal like it does with an out-swinging casement. And he's going on and on and on and on. And he's sitting there convincing my client to go with the normal in-swinging casement. And I said to her, and I can't even remember her name at this point, I said, you know, if they're out-swinging, your balcony has to be lower and your pots have to be lower, and you have to break your back and bend over to get to them because the sash will knock them out of the way. We were going to have the sash up close with the sill, so you simply open the windows and there's your plants. She says, well, I can live with that. I said, are you sure? Think about that. You think about that. Well, he put the fear of God into her about these in-swinging casements that his company made. And he's putting down his own product. And she's going along with it. And she says to me, I think I'm going to go with the normal out-swinging casements. And I'm really pissed off because this is the right window for this building. So I said to Mr. POZZI window rep, I said, you know, the only reason you're sitting here is because your company offers an in-swinging casement. And now that you have so successfully steered my client away from this, I don't really need you anymore. I can buy out-swinging casements from any asshole in town. So why don't you kindly let yourself out, and don't you ever darken my doorway again, and you can rest assured I would never even consider a POZZI window, specifying a POZZI window, for as long as I live and the rest of my career. So that's how I got rid of him. She put her outswinging casements in. We had to lower the balconies, and I think it was a bad decision. Remember, you lose more battles than you win. As my mentor, Frank Kennett, used to say, you can lead a client to water, but you can't make them think. All right, everybody. God bless you. I love you all. Bye-bye.